Good morning. It's Cinco de Mayo all day today, so get out that margarita and let's look at earnings for the first few days next week. We're really going to be looking at reads on the consumer. On Monday, we've got PayPal and Tyson Foods. So let's go over to the Longbow dashboard to take a look at those first. So I'm showing you PayPal and Tyson here. So for PayPal, we've seen payment peers, Visa, MasterCard, Global Payments, really strong volumes. We look to get an update on their CEO search. Everything here is really trading in the middle of the range. Probably that's because it's pre-report for their earnings. Tyson Foods, again, middle of the range. What are we seeing there? We should see stronger demand, efforts from cost cuts, continued margin pressures, though, from higher hog, cattle, labor, transport, all those types of costs. So we've got a neutral. People are hanging there in the middle of it. Lots of implied vol premiums, though. Take a look at that. So people are paying up for protection. So if people do beat, you should see some price action to the upside as people get rid of that or buy into it. Then we've got Airbnb. That's Tuesday. So it could show another quarter of double-digit growth. That'd be interesting to see because travel's been strong. We wrote to you about the Chinese traveler this morning. Very, very strong in terms of quantity, spending less, but travel's still strong. And, one of the areas that we're going to be looking for as well with Airbnb is the softer second half trends. We heard some hotels chains talking about they're a little bit worried. So we'll see what Airbnb has to say about that. That's what we'll be focused. And Under Armour is also on Tuesday. Are folks still spending on discretionary retail? What about the higher inventory levels over there that we're going to be seeing? Are people still spending on the clothes that Under Armour has? They're not at a cheap price point. Again, you're seeing here, it's been bearish momentum indicator for the short term and medium term. So that's not a great setup in terms of where the stock price has been going. And we'll take a look at that in a second. But let's get through the list. We're going to be heading over for Wednesday. Wendy's, I'll start there first. It should be solid. We've had good weather, price hikes, good breakfast trends there. Beyond Meat, though, we'll switch that down to here. What do we see? Demand's been soft for this category. So you're not going to see probably the same trends as you would in something as a Wendy's in terms of demand. So we'll be seeing is the consumer buying it. We've seen some trends declining there. And then lastly, if we're going to get through Wednesday, let's take a look at Disney. It's all about streaming profitability and theme park growth. But we'll come back to Under Armour for a second. It's interesting because you can see, gosh, we've been doing well through February, and then it's been on a pretty solid decline since then. If we're looking, the range has narrowed a bit into earnings season here. We're kind of strongly right in the middle of the range, but it is bearish. You have a short interest of 8.7%. That's not at a very concerning level, but do see people paying up for protection. It's got a beta of 1.7, so this thing's really going to move. So unless you have quite a fundamental view going into earnings, we'd be careful here. Definitely going to move on you. And we did want to circle back with one more thing before we leave, and that is gold. Remember when it was overbought? Like what happens? Gosh, you can see it's been an upward trajectory. Do the trading ranges work? Boom, you're right there at the red. Gosh, we're now right back into the middle of the trading range, and it comes back down. So this is certainly something to watch if you've been trading gold, trying to figure out a good price point to enter gold. Make sure to be keeping a look at these trading ranges. You can see that here. Gosh, what a great signal that is. Coming up, 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 signal down, get it again, you buy it. You're back up here, it's coming down. So if you're looking to trade gold, the trading range is quite good. But if you're also just looking for an entry point or an exit point for that matter, definitely look at the trading ranges for your technical signals on how to enter that or sell that. That's it for today. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you back on Monday.